What's up? Welcome to the Virzi Triplets show. We have very funny comedian and producer of Funny Girl events, Steph Clark, in the house today. What's up,
Hey,
Steph?
thanks for having me.
Happy to have you here. Sean dressed in his best Zelensky outfit.
Yes, Zelensky cosplay.
He's trying to get more money for Ukraine over there in his outfit.
Yep, 100%. Got the same haircut too.
Yeah, have you like gotten any side gigs as like cosplaying him?
I should do like an impersonator cameo thing. I should.
People do shitty Trump and Biden ones, and
you need to do like a fratty Zelensky or something.
Yeah,
you gotta find like a twist on.
Can you give us a Ukrainian accent?
I cannot.
Try. You gotta try.
Come on.
What am I gonna say? It's almost pretty much Russian.
Yeah.
Thus, yes, we need more money. We need more.
Why does
tanks and monies?
Why does Zelensky have
30
a list?
billion? I don't know.
Steph, are you good at accents? Do you have a?
Just like that, I can do that.
You can do the Russian.
Yeah. Well, now you have to try.
I don't know. I can't do it. Like, give me what country?
Turks and Caicos,
Australia.
Oh shit.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mitch is very good at accents.
suck at accents.
No,
I'm terrible.
He's the worst I've ever seen.
You're Australian.
G'day, mate. You want some Vegemite with some crocodile?
Brutal.
You just immediately walk into a buzzsaw with these shitty impressions.
We know that I'm not good at it.
Well, like how you use stereotypical things of.
That's the only way I can get into it.
I can only think of Jamae, for like Chris Lilly from the Comedian.
Yeah.
Did you ever,
Yes.
Summer Heights High.
No.
No.
I don't know that. No.
Oh, you got to look it up.
I'll have to check it out.
It's so funny.
Yeah, we're not very well cultured, if you can
Yeah,
believe
I can
that.
tell.
Not a lot of a culture going on. Yeah, you both have a weird outfit on today. Sean's
This is just a plain green shirt.
Well, you know.
No, mine's a blue.
Steph, what do you think of
Floral?
Mitchell's shirt?
Trader Joe's vibes.
Yeah, you
A
look
little
like
bit. I do have some sort of I do have a crossover between Trader Joe's and just Jimmy Buffett, Tommy Bahama type of vibe. So,
Yeah.
you look like you just got laid off of Trader Joe's. I'll take that. Hey, they get benefits. You know, I'm financially stable. It's what this vibe gives off.
You're laid off. You lost all.
No, but
Yeah, laid off, but also on the way to a Jimmy Buffett concert.
exactly.
You didn't have to change. It's
Very feel it though.
And also down
nice-
for like a smash and grab too.
Yeah.
Before you.
100%.
You're hitting up the Nordstroms before they close down all their businesses.
Haters gonna hate. I have the best fashion. I have the best fashion sense of the triplets. Alex doesn't. I mean, this is generic.
an
Gray on
expensive-
gray. He's wearing right
Well,
now.
the shorts don't matter.
I studied your faces, by the way. After
Studied our faces.
years of
Okay.
figuring out like who's who.
And how did?
After like 7 years of knowing you guys.
What did you discover on the study? What are the differences?
I got it. Mitchell,
Yes.
longer face,
Yeah.
and then shorter face for Alex.
Yeah. Shorter
And then-
face.
Yeah, and then Sean looks
Process of
like his own
elimination.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think Mitchell and I look similar?
Wow.
Yeah.
So you said Mitchell's got a longer Easter Island freakish. Like that's kind of what the vibe he's going for, right? That weird, like just crook nose,
elongated.
all the way down.
No, like more model face.
Yeah, I have a model face.
No, you should have seen.
Longer luxury.
Yeah. I have a luxurious face, and my shirt represents that.
He looks like he has a couple Mercedeses.
Thank you. I mean,
no, he does not.
100%. This is a very thank you, Steph. Alex just kind of has like an egg-shaped face with like a little toupee on top of it,
I wish there was more toupee.
and a Nosferatu nose. Jeff, what would you say? You've noticed a long time. What do you think of the differences in our faces?
I can't tell the difference between you guys at all.
Okay,
Really?
there you go.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Jeff has snow blindness when it comes to her.
When I went to college, there were these two twin guys on my tennis team.
Yeah.
Their names were Chris and Wes. I only called them Chris and Wes to each of their faces individually.
Smart.
I mean, respect that, just degrading them as humans.
I thought it was funny.
You're just thing one and thing two, but it is funny.
When I'd call them, I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, Chris and Wes?" Like if I was talking to one of them.
You can
And
get away with it though, because you have like the Spicoli kind of what's up, but you're also not wrong.
Yeah.
That's automatically right.
You're very aloof. You're an aloof guy.
Steph, you were an only child, right?
Yeah.
I was. And I've had 3 sets of twin best friends. Isn't that
Interesting.
crazy?
Is there one? Have you been able to distinguish like your friends with some of the like? You choose a favorite between the twins.
Oh, yeah. You always have your favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, which one's your favorite?
I knew that was going.
No, I was going to ask what is the weirdest thing you did as an only child? To like overcompensate.
Because every only child has something.
The weirdest thing. I would,
Like they have an invisible friend they talk to.
yeah, I would play Barbies by myself, and my
Great.
mom would come in and say, "Oh, can I play with you?" I'm like, "No, I got it." And then I would make them have like sex with each other.
There you go. Respect.
Like
Yeah,
Leslie sex or like Barbie and Ken?
like everyone was banging.
Well, Al,
you
they all
know,
have
like
the same. They all have the same parts on the bottom. They're just banging at the end.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it could have been a different. I don't know what your play sessions were like. Apparently, they're just big orgies. That you're-
big orgy.
But honestly, that's better than if you were to have it like if you're going to be playing with Barbies and having orgies. It's better to do it by yourself than to have like somebody else get involved.
Yeah, you don't want your mom to be like, "Oh, let me see how you're playing with them."
Yeah. Yeah,
And
you're
then-
well, you start scissoring them together, and they make this really weird noise, and it gets wet out of nowhere.
She's like, "You're doing it all wrong. Let me show you the actual way." That's your birds and the bees talk. You have the Barbies and the Kens.
Right.
So
Yeah, exactly.
That's your talk.
Well, there are like we've had some only child
People that we've talked to, and like,
Really?
they'll just be like, "Yeah, I did this, and like I also ate my toenails," and it's like, what? Like nobody told you that's weird, and it's like they don't have anybody to keep it in check. Was there anything that, as an only child, you figured out way too late in life, like that you were doing something that you're like, "Oh, this is not normal"?
I would say I didn't masturbate till like I was in my 20s.
Wow,
I like Alex looked at me like we're getting into it.
20s.
Yeah,
That is a late bloomer.
I was
Now,
doing
is that
it
because
wrong.
you didn't have a sister to teach you? Or?
The Barbies don't have anything there, so I guess there's nothing to play with. See, I thought I was a late bloomer because I was the last of the brothers, and I didn't do it till I was like 15. And I thought that was late. In Steph's defense, they just discovered the female orgasm like 3 years ago. So
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. No, that's wow.
I'm just kidding. It's still a myth.
Yeah, for you. But no, that's so weird. So
20s.
20s.
was it like friends that like kind of pushed out?
Yeah,
on you?
how did
like
that-
they were the ones that telling you about it? Or
I remember like being on stage and saying, you know, when I was 25, of like, I'm not good at masturbating, like nothing happens. And then this girl is like, after the show, is like, you need to get a vibrator, honey.
Yeah.
also it was somebody else that took you under her wing.
Yes.
And she's like, "Let me show you the ways of the."
Yeah, she just shouted out at like down here in LA at some bar show, like, you need to get a vibrator, sweetie.
Yeah,
You're doing
vibe
it wrong.
up.
Yeah, but if at 25, that is a little.
That's pretty sad.
It's a little late to be learned. Not sad.
How were you
know?
doing it wrong?
I just didn't know my body.
Were you just like,
I was just like, one time I took a cucumber in the fridge as a teenager.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
just like, just
using it like a wand, like the old Disney logo. They had,
Exactly.
yeah, I
Well,
mean,
Sean-
I feel
Sean-
bad for whoever made a Greek salad after that. With
That would be my mom.
Oh, your mom is a sweetheart, by the way.
we know your mom, which is, I feel bad.
sweet.
She
Yeah.
probably watches.
Yeah. She did not know that. She's like, oh, that's why the hummus tasted weird.
Yeah, exactly.
It went sour. Why did the cucumber brine into a pickle all of a sudden?
I mean, to be fair, we all have those like awkward masturbating moments. You know?
Right.
Alex he used to like. He told me. Well, you can.
Oh, I
explain.
did it. I jerked off wrong for the first month. I did it like I was climbing a rope in gym class, where I was like doing this, which is very inefficient. And
Like
then,
he was doing a curtain call on his cock, pretty much. Yeah.
and then I started doing it just like with my thumb on the top like this, and then eventually I put 2 and 2 together, and then went way faster. And I'd sit in the bathroom.
He used
like,
to treat
start-
it like a joystick. He used
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Well, there was no YouPorn back then,
That's true.
right?
So you're a U-porn guy.
We were in the.
Well, yeah, now.
We were like right in the dial-up era, so it was like if you watched the movie, it would take forever to download.
Right.
And I think we've talked about this before on the podcast. I would save photos. I would look up like boobs or whatever on Google, and then I would save the photos
to a Word document.
into a Word document that I called the Abraham Lincoln Project, assuming that nobody would ever want to look it up.
Right.
So I had
shit about Abraham Lincoln.
yeah, no one actually cares about Abraham. So I would save it to this Word document, and I had like just everything that I could find, tits and
Cocks
jizz on
and-
tits.
And then Abraham Lincoln just
Yeah,
switched
yeah.
You gotta throw
things up.
Abraham.
Well, that was just the title of
a
it.
random top hat's in there.
Yeah.
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 And then eventually I needed a new printer installed, and I was with my mom was helping me install it, and she's like, "Okay, we need to test one of these documents. Which one?" And of course, AB's right at the top, so she opens it, and of course, you just see like this fucking like a threesome and
Yeah,
like
critters and all kinds of.
Did she print it?
She did not print. I ripped the mouse out of her hand, and I was like, I closed it, and she's like, Mitchell, what was that? There was some really naughty stuff on there, and I'm like, my brother's friends got on my computer. And she's like, okay. And she was my mom was such a trooper that she like,
got it.
I'm sure she didn't buy it, but she always pretended to buy it, which is very sweet. She knew we were pieces of shit.
Right,
so,
she's so sweet.
yeah, she was very nice to not. But yeah, that's how. Anytime I think of Abraham Lincoln, I think my porn
It's
file.
about tits.
It's like a Pavlov's dog. It's just
Say Mitchell gets a $5 bill and his pants start to wiggle a little bit.
yeah. So
Memories.
yeah, hopefully you saved yourself a lot of awkward moments like that. I mean,
Right.
As opposed to doing it, when you're a teenager. At least later in life, you have a college degree and now you're working things out.
Totally.
So-
Yeah.
Well, you had a college degree and couldn't figure out,
How to masturbate.
a finger or two. It happens, I guess.
Oh,
Well, it's also like you don't know what you're missing until you've got it. And then once you have one, you're like, oh, fuck, like that's what I was missing.
Well, I think there's like a lot of shame involved for girls as teenagers, and
Good.
you feel very good. You like that? You like that in your women?
I'm just kidding.
One of you dated my cousin, right? No,
Who's your cousin?
from See Me,
That's very.
What's the name?
Peyton.
No,
I
that was
thought-
no, that was one of my best friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of my best friends.
I think they were engaged, right?
Brother, yeah.
They're engaged.
They
were
were.
engaged.
Oh,
Long
they were
time ago.
engaged. Oh, wow.
Was the last name?
No,
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
No, I don't think that was us.
we did.
I thought. All right, never mind.
Whoopsies.
She's single?
I think she still is. Yeah,
Oh, well, maybe we can
How old?
old enough,
Well,
like of age.
old enough to party.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of dating, this is a perfect segue into my story. So
We're one of them.
we'll find it.
figure
We'll figure it out.
I would remember that name.
I would remember it for
Peyton.
sure.
Okay.
Because I'd have been like Peyton Manning, and then it would have been annoying. Anyways, this is a good segue. Jeff, you'll like this story. So I matched with a girl on Hinge, a French girl, and we had talked for about a week. She's an au pair from France, straight up accent, everything. So we were talking back and forth for a while, and she was going on a trip for 2 weeks out of town with her family to Colorado. And I go, okay, cool. Like, have a great time on the trip, whatever. And we stop talking. And then I wait like a week or so after that because, I'm not going to text you the entire time you're on a trip when I haven't even met you yet. And I go, hey, how was your trip in Colorado? She goes, you stopped texting me, so I'm not really interested anymore. Like and then I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, I'm still interested, but, and she was just like, this whole, I want to be romance and blah, 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 blah. It was this big conversation where it's like, Americans do this way. And like, this is not what I want. Like, and it was a whole conversation. I'm like,
I guess the European romance is different than American romance.
well, they do everything the opposite, where it's like guys in LA are going to be like, hey, let's meet up after, like, I'd rather meet you in person because on the dating apps, the longer you spend on there talking to someone, the less likely you're going to meet with them.
Right.
Yeah.
so in Europe, it's more traditional, whereas here it involves Abraham Lincoln and cucumbers.
Yeah.
So,
Well, over there, the guys are way more direct, like, oh my God, whatever. They're way more flirtatious and they say more ridiculous stuff. Here, it's like you say that to a girl, you might catch a charge. Like you're not gonna say anything too wild. And they'll wait, they'll romance, whatever, horse shit. So I was like, yeah, out here, just the culture's a little different. Like guys want to meet you in person. That way, you're not spending your whole time on the app.
Sure, yeah.
You're not doing all this shit. So she's like, that does not, I guess I can't date an American. You guys do this, this, and this. And when we were talking previously, she goes, she was like, oh, I was like, tell me the best and worst part about French people. Like teach me about the culture. She goes, well, they're artistic and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, the worst part about them is that the people can be really judgmental. They can be like, if you want to go do something different, they'll go, you're not going to do that, blah, 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 blah. They judge you harshly. So then she goes in these messages and she goes, to quote her, she's like, I can't date an American. It's too different. Americans don't travel. They don't know anything about culture and history. And basically all European people just think Americans are so stupid. And I go, okay. So I go back and I was like, that was basically the extent of the conversation. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Right.
So I go back in this text chain. I emphasize the message where she goes, French people are super judgmental. I emphasize the voicemail one. I just go, oh, I guess you weren't kidding about the French people being judgmental. I do a laughing face, and then I go, I wish you good luck in your dating out there.
Yeah.
She sends me 5 voice memos in a row.
I see. Oh, damn.
Ranting.
Like over a minute long on each.
Of just trying to be like, like, just a whole thing of it.
She's doing her frog talk.
Is she trying to, is she trying to sell you crypto, by the way?
I don't know.
She might be.
That's what they all are, it seems like.
Yeah. She was genuine enough. She was nice enough, but it was just like, after that, I was like, all right, whatever. So she sends me this whole big 5 voice, it's over 5 minutes, I think, of messages she sends me. And then I just respond. This is the voice message I responded with. Hopefully the audio should be good. Hopefully you guys can hear it on the podcast. But yeah, after all of her trashing Americans and whatever else, I decided I would end the conversation like this.
Hey, listen, it's all good. I don't take any of it personally. It's just a cultural difference. If I go on vacation or out of town for work, sometimes I was giving you some space. Some people don't. We don't really text all the time, and we hadn't even met, so I didn't want to bug you a whole bunch. But it's just a cultural difference. I take nothing personally, and I think you're a sweet girl. But yeah, no biggie. It's a cultural difference. That's just how we do it. Different cultures. Just a little different out here in America.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Wow. That is wild. You're probably going to want to stop it because it's copyright stuff.
So I sent her that probably, it's a minute and a half of America, fuck yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Just proving her point that Americans are stupid. And then I ended it with, I wish you the best of luck out there. Yeah. And then that's what I had to do. I had to stand up for the Americans.
I really thought she was gonna go and do another like 5 messages of like French, blah, blah, but she just gave the thumbs up or whatever. I'm like, you know what? That's a good way to end it right there.
I mean, if you get trolled at that point.
She did.
Can we hear a little of her voice?
Oh yeah,
memo?
hopefully.
And that accent dead on, by the way.
It's a pretty if you hear it, it's a pretty.
Alex's.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
When you hear the voice memo. It's Jeff, I'm gonna play the voice if that's cool.
Yeah, go for it.
Hopefully she's cool with it.
No, because at first I talked to you. I was talking to you. I think
I
you were
was
interested.
talking to you and
Yeah, I don't want to play too much of a voice.
Okay.
But she had the accent. She was very nice. It was just like, okay, like if you do that to a girl in Los Angeles, like if you just nonstop text her that entire time.
Oh yeah, block.
I mean, thank you.
Yeah.
yeah, she was expecting you to be like, you are so beautiful, like a rose. I want to smell you. Like that's what she was expecting.
Literally.
Yeah.
Right.
She wanted the
sounded
Pepe
like
Le Pew.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Yeah, and if a guy does that in Los Angeles, they're getting a restraining order.
Right,
based.
yeah.
Yes. So I try to explain that. I'm like, yo, it's just a different. Like we do things different. It's not that I'm not interested.
And
It's
also, if she hates America so much, why did she come here?
that's also the.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to turn that into a rally, but
No, it was just it's the ultimate troll back is to play America. Fuck yeah.
How long were you guys talking?
we probably messaged for like 10 days before a trip. So
Okay.
we had messaged for a while. I was actually supposed to meet up with her the day before she went out of town, and then she bailed. And then I was like,
So that's on her then. She bailed.
well,
See,
hold on. She,
retreated
of course.
as the French do.
She didn't have a car. She has to use the family's car. And they're like, listen, we're going out of town for a couple weeks. We would appreciate if you stay home and help us pack and everything like that. So it wasn't like, she thought she could get out. They said
You couldn't pick her up.
There's no lift.
I could
There's
have,
no-
but
Yeah,
they wanted her to
exactly.
stay home and take care of the kids and like help out before they go.
Sounds
So, yeah.
like she's got like 5 kids maybe and is married.
She is not. The family is, though.
She might have a secret life back in
Yeah.
France.
She could. She very well could. But either way, no Eiffel Towering on that
Sure.
lady.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you dodged a bullet.
Yeah, no, even at the worst, I stood up for our country, and that's kind of what...
Hell yeah, dude. America, baby.
Alex did.
patriot.
It's civic duty. Yeah.
I don't have to go to jury duty for the next couple of years because of that right there.
There you go.
Shutting down French people.
Steph, as someone removed from the dating pool now, do you have any advice for people that are trying to find a partner because you're very happily married?
Right, I am. Those, I don't know, the apps are so brutal. Like my best friend, she's on the apps. She's dating someone now. But like you said, the conversations just go on, and then these guys, they don't meet up.
Yes, really, because I think it's the other way around. I think usually the women are like very reluctant to meet up.
Maybe it's both. Maybe
probably
it's
is
not.
both. Yeah.
Well, the girl end of it is they have such a, especially like we're in the heart of LA.
Right.
And Hollywood, so it's like they have such a smorgasbord of dick being thrown at them that like I get why conversations for girls don't go as long because it's like I've seen the girls' end of it. It's like dozens and dozens of matches that are interacting with it. Like, that's exhausting.
Cornucopia.
A cornucopia of cock.
And the crypto thing, like it's out there.
And they're
they
selling
are all
crypto.
trying to sell crypto.
I haven't seen any guys sell crypto, but I would be.
On the guy-
you're
Well,
matching
you're the
with
guy.
girls.
I mean-
Yeah.
Well, on the receiving, on the guy end,
Yeah.
a lot of women try to sell their OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
So they don't even, they'll like say one thing back and forth, and then they'll be like, hey, by the way, I have an OnlyFans, subscribe. And it's like, no, I'm trying to, I'm looking for love, not shallow,
But if you can buy a butthole for $5,
Yeah,
That's true.
$5.
Yeah,
Like,
$5
what's
is-
like the highest subscription to their OnlyFans? Have you?
I've never subscribed to an OnlyFans.
No,
I
like
won't.
when they ask you to.
Oh,
like have you looked at the number?
I think I saw one that was like $29.99. I'm like,
a month or
yeah. I'm like,
That's insane.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like porn's free.
$1 a day, I could feed a family in Africa, Like I've seen the ads. I don't know or sponsor a dog or something, which I
Right.
probably should do. You won't like that story, Steph. We'll talk about it after.
We mentioned it on the last podcast. Mitchell might have accidentally created a ghost of a dog.
A dog ran in front of my car the other day,
no.
and I hit it. Yeah, it was at night. I couldn't. It was nothing I could do.
And you'll love the Jeff more so.
Maybe, maybe it was a coyote. We don't know.
No, it was a dog.
no.
Well, more so, we
they assessed it.
did some snooping. Jeff, you'll like this. We did some snooping
Because the guy it was the girlfriend of a very prominent musician, and I got the musician's number, so I was able to look it up and then find her. And
Travis Barker?
No, we'll tell
a little
you.
lower level,
but
but
I like what you do.
Because if it was like a Kardashian dog, like who gives a fuck?
yeah, no,
And I love animals, but
Yeah, it was more of a
Theirs.
except for
yeah,
anything
it was a
involved
middle
in that.
tier, a B list towards but we found her profile and we weren't sure. I had messaged like, hey, what's the status of the dog? Because I was curious because obviously I hit it and they left immediately to go to the hospital. So I really didn't get a chance to talk to them. And we recently discovered her page and we found she had posted an in memoriam for the dog. So it is an official.
It's an official.
And unfortunately, I didn't get to see the dog when it happened.
But now
it was
we
just a
did.
little black lint. It just black lint boom, hit my like nothing I could do. And now I've seen the dog, and it was unfortunately cuter than I thought. So it was a really bad situation.
It was.
In prison they get a teardrop. Mitchell, we're putting a little paw print next to
A little
Mitchell.
paw print for me. It was unfortunate.
Do you feel the spirit around you?
It's haunting his car right now.
Really?
It's,
Yeah, my
all the
light-
lights keep going off on
my
the
lights
check
will-
engine.
all my dashboard lights will come on, and then they'll go off for a couple days, and they'll come back on. So he is living in spirit through my 2011 Mitsubishi Lancer. So it is. I do feel better though, because at least right after it happened, I did the 14 Cannon show, which is a fundraiser for dogs. So thank you for that. I don't feel
You
as
should have
bad.
brought that up on stage in front of the rescue.
it was pretty fresh.
I was reluctant to talk about it because
Yeah.
it was just a bad situation.
Are you gonna? Who's the musician?
We'll tell you
I'll tell you.
off camera.
Off camera, got it.
But
There could have been like a pet cemetery thing where they bury it and try and bring it back to life.
Yeah, there's a nice pet cemetery in Calabasas.
Yeah.
hopefully that's where it is. I don't know what they did with I could go by their house. I know
Well,
exactly what
if
the
you
house
take the teeth out of the wheel well, you can
do
a dental analysis. You can do like a seance or something and
Yeah, what's that? That board?
Ouija
like
board.
a
Yeah,
Ouija board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know
Yeah.
the dog's name
Wait,
now.
the Ouija board's communicating to us. Rough.
Go on.
Did you comment on the memoriam page?
I did not.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
I did not.
He
comment.
should.
You
I
should have
could-
commented and then screenshotted them a picture of your dented car.
He did. She did say he was speeding, and he was not speeding.
Yeah, she made it. Okay, because long story short, what happened was I was going down the street, going the speed limit, and it was 10:30 at night, and her friend opened their side door, and the dog ran in front because the owner was across the street. So it just happened to run, and I just happened to be there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a really unfortunate.
She did say it was a freak accident.
It was a
what
freak
she
accident.
said.
She did say that, but
Who's responsible for the car damage?
Technically, they would.
Technically, they would be, but I don't have the heart to go over there and be like,
Oh my god,
Hey, I
that'd
know
be
it.
so funny.
Hey, I know I killed your dog, but
knock.
Hey,
Hey, asshole, your dead dog fucked up my car.
it does have 104 comments on there. I can.
Oh no.
It should have 105, dude.
I
Does
can
the
read.
dog have an OnlyFans? OnlyPaws.
Only pause.
Only pause. It does not. Let's see.
A GoFundMe. Pay for
well,
the
now it does.
pay
Yeah,
for the
now
li-
there's a GoFundMe.
pay for the little shoebox.
We need a new dog.
I'm gonna read some of the comments here. This is from a hairstylist on here. No judgment, but there are some spelling errors.
You're getting awfully specific with these comments.
The sweet baby was and always will be loved. You gave him the best life. I'm so glad that I met the sweet Angle baby. Sending you all the love and healing thoughts. She meant to say angel baby, but yeah, it was just unfortunate.
Well, the dog is gone. That's just
There's so many spelling errors in these comments. Oh no, my heat breaks for you guys. Instead of heart.
Who are these
By the way, you're
people?
going to get canceled for that.
It's unfortunate.
This clip right here.
It's unfortunate. I mean, there was nothing I could do.
it was an accident.
Are there any comments that are like, what happened? And then like they explain in detail?
No, the description is huge. It almost covers.
It's a huge
the dog slideshow that's going on.
Are
does say
you
in a-
misrepresented in that paragraph?
Only in the speeding.
Yeah, only in the speeding.
Otherwise, it did say in
You
a
gotta
free.
comment and be like, I wasn't speeding. I was going at reasonable speed. Your off-leash dog got in the way of my car.
Well, the friend is the one that's really at fault because the friend.
The friend is the one who opened the door. So really, she's the one that should feel.
Is the friend hot? Like, what if one of you
We
started
don't
dating
know.
her?
We didn't really
She
get to
was cute.
see. They were too busy.
That would be a great love story of like,
That would be. Yeah.
how did you guys meet?
No, because then we have the wedding and they're like, is anybody going to object? And they're just hearing, oh,
Everybody.
Instead of a
Who
flower
is that?
girl, they're just dragging a ring
it
dog.
was Steph. It was so unfortunate.
It really was.
It's not your fault.
They were in the car too. There was literally nothing I could do.
Yeah.
Well, he swerved into it, so the dog was actually on the sidewalk, and
was on
Mitchell
a
went.
leash,
Yeah,
too.
Mitchell
Yeah.
went up onto it to get it.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, but that's how it goes.
Well,
On a happier note,
yeah. Make sure you keep him away from your dog.
Oh, yeah.
your dog is
dog's a
sweet. I do
sweetheart.
like
My
your
little
dog.
Ruby. Yes.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
cutie pie. Do you rescue all dogs?
Yeah, all the dogs I've had. Well, not the childhood dog, but yes.
Yeah, yeah.
All the dogs
I
in
would-
my
I
adult
would-
life, yeah. are
I would
rescued.
never get a rescue dog.
No, why not?
I like my dogs. I like where I can program my dog to teach. I don't want it to know a bunch of like crap that
rescue-
like.
But you can rescue a puppy though.
Yeah, you can rescue a puppy.
I could
Yeah.
rescue a
That
puppy.
is what Garrett did, our buddy.
But some of the dogs have, they
They've
look like
seen
they've been
some shit.
Yeah, they look like they've been in Ukraine, and Sean's been helping them out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Well, they look like some of the older ones past the training point are they're kind of like stepchildren. It's like you got to be a very specific type of person. Like you want to imprint on the dog, and it's like if you have a stepchild, you're raising them, but you're not really raising. Like you didn't train them.
Are you saying you don't love stepkids?
I couldn't be a stepfather.
No.
Why not?
I just
You don't
don't
have
have the
kids?
heart.
You don't even-
You said you don't even want kids. I don't even know if I want kids. Yeah.
Then
I
I
think
think you would be
I
a
would
gr-
draw a
you'd
line
be
at
a
a
great
dog.
rescue dad.
For a dog?
No,
Yeah.
for a kid. You
Well, both.
moron.
No, is it better if you have a rescue dog? Is it better to have another rescue with it? Like, is it better to take two in than one?
I only like one
Well,
at
I
a
rescued
time.
my kid, so let me rescue a
No,
dog
I'm-
also.
No, but I mean, like, if you're gonna get a rescue, like,
Right.
is it better to just have the one, or is it better to have like a friend for it?
I think everyone's different. I think if the dog is high maintenance, like our dog is so expensive. She has more health care than I do.
Yeah.
Like she has a health care plan. I don't even have health insurance.
Yeah, for anybody wondering, the last time we saw Steph with her dog Ruby, it wasn't a stroller, and it was
It
a very
was-
nice stroller. It was like the Rolls Royce.
You guys
of
were
strollers.
watching it, and
Yeah,
it was
yeah, we
like
did.
3 men and a baby.
Yeah, she was.
Does it has a skin condition, right?
She has skin issues. Yeah.
Our buddy has the same
So
type
does,
of
so
dog.
does Mitchell's dog.
Road rash. What was it? It's a Frenchie, right?
Yeah.
The Frenchies have like rosacea or some sort
Frenchie.
of
I know a Frenchie too.
yeah. There you go.
Full circle.
Yeah, full circle.
It's a
Yeah.
very sweet dog.
Yeah, Ruby. Yeah.
sweet dog.
Yeah.
What?
She has E. coli right now, though.
She has E. coli.
Yeah.
what?
Your rescue dog has E. coli.
I don't know how she got it.
You know that sounds like a terrible excuse in court.
And she had a UTI the other week. Like, I guess it's all the same.
Wow. So she's going through it.
Which I only thought like 20-year-old girls
I-
get UTIs.
Was she playing with your cucumbers?
I was gonna say, I would check your cucumbers.
Interesting. They've gotten a UTI before.
Oh, it's
We
the
are part of
worst.
the 12% of men that have gotten UTIs. So
Jeffy, you
At
got
the
an
same
UTI?
time?
Not at the same time.
No, you never got one?
It is absolutely.
Well, they say
terrible.
it only affects people with small penises, Jeff. That's what they said. So it's only Mitchell and Sean.
12%.
Yeah.
no, apparently if you don't pee after you have intercourse, or Sean got it a completely different way than
Yeah.
me.
Well, that
Yeah,
was
I didn't
'cause
go.
was
I didn't go pee pee after I
you heard of
made
sounding?
whoopee. You know,
tuning. It's tuning.
It's tuning.
I don't do it, but Alex brought it up.
I don't do it.
Some people put a tuning fork in their
Jesus.
pee hole and you hit it, and it vibrates on the inside.
Why would you do that?
I wouldn't do
Does
that.
it
He
feel
brought
good?
it up.
I didn't say it. You're creepy.
You said sounding, and I said it's called tuning.
yeah, it's sounding the sound of the podcast. Now, what is tuning?
You're so full of shit. Sean's a creepy dude. No.
He's very creepy.
yeah. So I got mine from that, and then Sean I think got his from soap.
Soap. Jerking off with soap in the shower
Oh,
when I was a
really?
young lad and didn't know any better. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I wouldn't know that.
Well, got into his
Pee hole.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
into his.
Didn't pee, and then it just marinated in there. It was
Yeah.
nasty.
If you don't pee, right? Like if you're holding it, like you're on a long road trip, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can get it if you're holding it in.
Yeah, I think if you
Really?
Yeah. So is your dog just like chugging cranberry juice, or
Yeah, totally.
because that's like the cure?
antibiotics and
Okay.
yeah.
As one of our only married guests we've ever had on here,
Really?
yeah, we had I think,
Dave, we had a couple weeks ago, was married, but that was
but that's about it.
Mateen.
You're these
And KDK.
Yeah.
Oh, KDK's married.
There are some.
10% of the guests have been married.
You're part of the 10%.
Sweet.
How did you lock down your man?
I think he was just old and ready to give up.
Oh, they're ready to give up. So you're like, hey, I can see that you're about to go out to pasture. Let me take you in
Right.
and take care of you.
Right, exactly.
I mean, so you.
It's a smart strategy.
Well, here when we were dating, before we were dating, we were seeing each other, and he wanted a ride to the Ontario airport. So he was
Okay.
going to Canada, and for some reason, he booked a flight through Ontario because it was cheaper. And I said, well, then what are we? Because I'm not taking my friend to the Ontario airport. That's a ride.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
For those that
100%.
don't know, that's like probably 2 hours.
Yeah,
from-
airport ride.
Helping
Yeah.
helping move and airport trips and pickups are relationship material. Like that's
Do you
you
want to
draw the
reset
line
that?
right there.
You should
Yeah,
reset
let's
that,
do it
probably.
again.
Driving to the airport and helping someone move is strictly relationship material.
Yeah.
Well, let alone, I mean, LAX alone is like, you got to be a boyfriend, girlfriend for that. Ontario is like
Ontario.
twice that.
Where's the ring?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ontario's like, we need to get the marriage license now.
Yeah, and then he was flying back to Orange County. I said, "You're on your own with that. I'm not
Yeah.
even touching Orange County."
Yeah.
So then, and then we became exclusive when he wanted to ride.
Nice.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
Because of the ride.
you strong armed your husband, at the time boyfriend,
Right.
into being your boyfriend. That's genius.
Yeah,
So you almost like used like an Uber strategy to like
totally.
convince him to go to the next level.
And I think this was before Uber. Maybe.
Yeah, this
Uber's
is like-
brand
so, like,
new, and no
you-
one was like getting in a car with a stranger. Now everyone does it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were like a taxi driver that was
Yeah, exactly.
looking for commitment.
Yeah.
That's very sweet.
Instead of 90 Day Fiance, just do Lyft Fiancés or something.
Exactly.
Taxi cab confessions with
Yeah.
Steph Clark.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever works. I feel like a lot of guys now are too afraid to like commit to that next level. I think a lot of them are like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep it cat. Like this guy for sure is like, well, I'm not really looking for like anything serious, kind of.
Right. Like
try
I'm not
to-
going to text you when you're with your family in Colorado.
It's just a lot of effort for me to type letters into my phone. So like, I don't want to.
Hold on, it's a two-way street.
I agree.
That is, if she was bored, she could have messaged.
I will say
it's not like I
women-
ignored her text messages.
I'll say men don't commit as much and women don't put in enough effort, is what I would say.
Ooh,
Oh,
shots
really?
fired, Mitchie.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't
how,
think-
wait, how old are you guys?
31.
You all the same age?
Yeah.
31. Well, yeah. Have fun and date. That's young.
yeah. We're young bucks.
Yeah.
Not really, but
Strapping.
no, I just think that guys are like too afraid to commit because they think they got more options, and that women just don't put enough effort because they do have too many options for sure. So they don't want to put all their eggs into one basket. So
Mitchell's our house misogynist. If you
I'm
didn't
not.
know
That's
that.
not even misogynistic. That's just. I mean,
Women don't put in any effort.
No, I said they don't put in enough. I don't. I think men usually put in more effort on the front end, and then women put it in on the back end.
I don't know. I've had weird history with dating, so I'm not a person to ask advice.
What's like the worst boyfriend
Oh God.
situation you've had?
You guys know I dated someone 28 years older than me, right?
Oh,
You have a type.
28 years is quite a gap.
Yeah.
that's a big gap.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Sean's
I was
trying to do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of your mom's friends.
She's 3 years
The
old.
opposite way.
No. So wait, where did you meet this 28-year-old older dude?
In college, I was in grad school at Cal State Northridge, and he was in the class.
Oh, he's in the class.
Yeah,
It wasn't
he wasn't
teaching?
even the teacher.
Oh, wow.
He was just a poor student, like didn't even have money.
And you were like,
Easy target.
He's in Florida now.
You're like, what's up,
so-
Silver Fox?
Yeah.
Or did you wait for him to make the move?
Did you take him to
Yeah.
the airport?
I remember my mom saying, because I was like interning for a comedian then, and I was at the Improv, and my mom was there, and that guy, I invited him out, and I was like, "What do you think of him, Mom?" She's like, my mom's like, "I'm not really interested in him." I'm like, "No, for me."
Damn.
Yikes.
Yeah,
I mean, sweet of your mom to think that you're being a solid wing woman for her.
right, exactly.
But also, as a guy, I feel like we can't really get away with that. If we're like, hey, Mom, what do you think of this, girl that's much, much younger than me? She'd be like, get the fuck away, you creep. Like,
I actually, my mom at this point wouldn't care. She just wants grandkids. So it's like, yo, you got to marry an 18 or 19-year-old. All right,
Yeah.
just knock her up.
Yeah, my mom is very much she's like pretty much doing a rumspringer until she's a grandma. So she's like going on vacations and shit. She's like, yeah, I'm just getting it out of my system before I have to go back into raising kids again.
She's
Yeah.
blowing the inheritance money and her retirement money
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
until we get grandkids.
So you don't want kids, and you guys,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want kids?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have kids eventually, but I don't want any accidental kids. And I've managed to avoid that so far. I have done a good job.
Well, you don't really.
I don't nut in. I've never nutted in.
Well, that's only 50% effective, right?
True.
Yeah, I think nowadays is like you have to figure out when they're ovulating or something. I don't know. Something with like the full moon and Mercury aligning or something.
Sounds right. That's what
Yeah.
Planned Parenthood says.
Yeah, that's what the Barbie. That's what the Barbie dolls taught me.
They asked someone online a question the other day and I didn't know the answer. I was curious. You might know.
Okay.
How many eggs do a girl have?
Like at one time, or
Just in their lifetime, yeah. How many eggs does a girl have in her lifetime?
30?
30?
I have no idea. 1,000?
Well, if you get one a month, it'd
For
be
like-
3 years of eggs.
Yeah.
See, it's a good question.
I think I'm gonna go. So it's what, 52 weeks in a year.
Well, it goes
It
by
goes by
months.
month.
Oh yeah. Well,
You don't plot. They're not chickens, dude.
Once,
they don't plop
once
an
math
egg a
is
day.
involved, I'm out.
yeah. I'm gonna say like 400.
That's
Is that a
pretty.
safe
That's a
bet?
good assumption.
Well, do you know how many eggs you've had in your lifetime? Or
Oh, no, I just
Christ,
said like
Alex.
3. Like, I have fucking no idea.
well, I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
now
If there's
it's hard.
I don't know if there's like a little countdown on them. I don't know.
Yeah, whenever she got her first period, she's like, I'm gonna start counting.
Maybe.
Also, there's so many things like IUDs and Nuva rings and
Right.
shit. You don't even
Well,
know.
I think they have a set in the
everybody's different.
egg holder, aka the ovaries.
That's like the carton. That's
the
like
carton.
Yeah. How many eggs I'm going to look it up. Does a woman have?
It's been really insightful podcast.
Oh,
so
wow.
far.
Was I close?
Everybody was off by a long shot.
Wow.
Females are born with between 1 and 2 million eggs.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah. The number decreases until a person stops
It's like a tadpole.
ovulating and reaches menopause.
That's like
Shouldn't it be womanopause?
Yeah.
You ever seen caviar? It's like caviar.
You think they?
You know when they
yes.
they cut the fish
Oh.
up. It's like that.
Can never eat caviar again.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know it was that many.
I didn't realize there was that many.
It's
Over the
really-
course of the lifetime, ovaries will release about 500 eggs in their mature form.
Okay, so I was
We're
close.
getting a wide range of answers here on these
Yeah.
eggs.
Well, they probably die off or certain things happen. You know, like there's probably like
It's probably.
they die off from heat, like global warming and stuff. So
There's like global warming and vaginas.
yeah, there's climate change.
I can see
If
that.
you're doing it right, there is, Jeff.
climate change.
They do have their own little ecosystem down there.
Here's what I will say. I think it would suck to be a hen. Because they lay an egg pretty much every day. Like, can you imagine taking the worst shit of your life every single day?
Or what if it's the best shit?
Where you're just like, "Bagah!" You just fucking shit an egg out every day.
But do you know those shit sometimes where they stay really firm and you don't have to wipe them, where they just come out?
It's a clean one for sure.
I hope
don't
no one's
think-
eating during this.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm just saying it would suck to be a hen, and they do it every day. You can't escape.
I need
it.
to do it multiple times a day.
It's just your life.
Some of them do.
That would suck.
But Mother Nature is cruel.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, do you ever watch like the Nature is Metal or anything like that? Do you?
I watch like Discovery sometimes. But
Okay.
I don't know. What
There's
that
an
one is.
Instagram page called The Dark Side of Nature.
Okay.
Where it's just like animals doing animal shit. Where it'll be like a gazelle eating a jaguar eating a gazelle's face and shit. That's all I got on that. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
it's
A lot
pretty-
of dark like animal stuff.
I didn't mean.
you didn't mean to.
we can go the other direction. What's your love language?
Sleeping in.
Sleeping in. Oh my god. Yeah. When you as a comic, it's always
Right.
tough to sleep. So what's like what's the earliest you can be up as a comic? You think?
Well, I mean, the dog as she's getting older, needs to get up and go to the bathroom. So I'd say I wake up around like 8:30 now.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
No,
What about
that's
you
not bad.
guys?
For a comic, those are pretty good hours.
I say Jeff probably just woke up right before
Yeah,
we came in.
definitely.
Yeah, that's true. If
dare
I'm
you.
trying to be like really disciplined and like go up and get to the gym, 7:30 is like the earliest I'll get up.
Okay. Yeah.
8 o'clock. I've been doing 8 o'clock, and then I go to Orange Theory Fitness, and then that's how I start.
Are they
my
a
day.
sponsor?
They could be.
They should be.
Shout out to Orange Theory Fitness. If you need a new fitness workout or you're just sick of the same old routine, please check out Orange Theory Fitness.
You're doing
Use
a
promo code-
preemptive-
Use promo code Triplets now, and you can get 50% off your memberships.
Wow, 50%.
Let's get the money.
massive
first.
deal.
Have you guys done any like gym commercials? I feel like why not?
We've
We,
done some
uh,
sponsored content,
Some brand
Okay.
deals.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
made ads for a couple things. We just made an ad for Mad Muscles. It's a fitness app,
Yeah.
Nice.
and a
Macro
couple other
plates.
ones. Macro plates. That's
Dumb stuff.
just dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Paying the bills during the strike, you know?
What about a pet cemetery?
A pet cremation center, that's the next one. We're just getting away from the animals. It just keeps going back.
tire patching kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say Orange Theory Fitness is great if you want to work out against middle-aged women. Like if you the gym is awesome, the workouts are really intense, but like you compete, you have a
Oh,
heart
I
rate
didn't know
band,
that. Okay.
and then you're literally competing against everybody in the class to get more points or to get more calories. And I thought it was going to be like a bunch of dudes that were like, competitive and hyper driven like I am. And then it's just women that have dropped their kids off from work. And then I look like a psychopath, throwing weights around and hitting the rower. And then it's like, there's a grandma that's
yeah.
working out
Have you
right
dated
next-
any of them?
I haven't. I have not dated any of them.
I'll tell
The
you what.
talent not as ideal as I would have thought. There are some beautiful women that work there as well and that go there, but again, a lot of middle-aged women, rich mom. There's a couple Bentleys that are in the parking lot when I go in there.
Nice.
I will say all my experiences with older women have been very good. Nothing but A+.
What?
Go
define-
on.
At the restaurant?
Do tell.
Define
No,
an
not the
older
rest of it.
woman.
What is a woman first?
How many eggs does she have?
Yeah, how many eggs?
Over 35.
Okay.
So but
Over
yeah,
25 or over 30?
35.
Oh,
25 is for
35
you.
is young.
Well, now it is. It's caught
Yeah,
up
yeah.
to me. But
You're
I was
thir-
young-
by the way, you're
I was-
31.
I
so
know.
like,
But it was younger when it happened.
An older woman is 4 years older.
Well, I
than you.
haven't hooked up with a 60-year-old yet.
Yeah, why not?
Not yet. It just
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah,
happened
yeah.
yet. I got to.
Would you?
Yeah.
A
Why not?
gilf?
What's
Yeah,
the
why not?
biggest age gap in between man and woman that you've
Or
laid
man and
with?
man, we don't judge.
Probably 10-ish years.
Well, how old were you when that happened?
What it was.
Boy, Dead Space
10
is the
years
best
old?
thing for podcasting.
20.
I just asked how old you are, not what. 25?
Yeah.
So she was what, 15?
That's 35.
35.
Crystalia.
Yes.
I think
no.
12 was my oldest age gap. That was when I was a young buck out
Yeah.
of
I
college.
was a young buck too.
Hooked up with a single mom.
Nice.
Respect.
What a guy.
Why did you point out? Did she die?
No, she didn't. But
R.I.P.
that's for the ghost of her husband who left. Yikes. Yeah, 12 years. It's not 28,
Right.
but it's
What's the age gap with you and your
Tom,
hubby?
14.
okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
close.
That's doable.
He looks like when we were dating, he was 41, and he looked really young, which is
Yeah.
young.
He's in his 50s?
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
He's
he does
sweet
not look
shit.
He does not look like he's got a baby face.
Yeah.
He
Because
does.
we sleep in.
That's
true.
That
No
does
kids
help.
sleep in.
Yeah, you sleep. It's just one needy French bulldog that
Right.
you gotta deal with.
Jeff, what's your oldest age gap? Do you remember?
I'm not sure.
Like sometimes.
Maybe like 10 years.
Okay. All right, that's on brand for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's not too bad.
Do you find it's easier to date older men?
That's what I'm attracted to, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it the stability? Is it the financial?
Yeah,
What
well, I mean, when I was in my 20s, I think it was just mature and like there's no games.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell these younger girls. Like, hey, I'm mature. I'm 31. Like, there's no games. Like, I try to tell them that.
There's no games, but here I'm going to play Fuck Yeah America in a.
Well, that was after the chance of, that was after the chance of us going out was off the table. And then I was just like, all right, I'll give myself a laugh.
She sounded sweet. Like she sounded
was
like
nice.
like she was in bed and just horny and just like, hey. Like,
She could fucking sit on a baguette if she'd like. So. Sorry, that was a little mean. But,
No, she was a nice girl. It was just whatever. I have no problems with her. She seemed nice, but it was just like, oh yeah, no, this is very culturally different.
Do you have any advice for us young men in terms of finding a lady?
31, you're not young.
Well, no, she's married. She got the ring.
I think just giving somebody a chance, maybe if you don't know if you're attracted to that person yet, and just kind of I think you can really connect to somebody's personality after like a few days.
What do you think is
know what
like
I
the
mean?
appropriate amount of time to allow to see where that connection goes? Like, is it like a 6 weeks or is it like
a few dates?
Okay.
Like 3 or 4 dates.
I'm not gonna lie, you lost me at if you're not attracted to them. I just immediately I thought that was
Maybe
the
it's
number
more
one.
of a woman thing.
I was gonna say
like-
it's more for a woman thing.
Yeah.
I think
maybe so.
women can
Because I think we connect to a personality more than
yeah.
if somebody's like funny or we're attracted just to their personality. I think that's kind of how women are.
Yeah.
More so
you
than
you guys can date a troll and be completely happy.
right.
It's just true. It's just different. I've seen some mismatched couples.
Right.
It's
Go to
one
the
of,
Midwest, it's all mismatched couples.
There's a lot of mismatched couples in the Midwest.
If you go to the Midwest, there are girls that are absolute bombshells, and then the guys they marry are just Hagrids from Harry Potter.
They just have so much cheese curds that
Just a
she
lot of
can't turn
cheese
them
curd,
down.
a lot of beard, beard trimmings. It's not a good look.
And also, I'm not going to besmirch those dudes. Those dudes, they had enough swag and riz, as the kids say nowadays, to get the lady. So I don't judge them at all. I'm not shaming them.
They also put themselves in that situation. Like there's a lot of mismatches because of, oh, like, hey, we go to the same church together, and it's like, oh, hey, like, blah blah blah, God loves us, whatever, and then boom.
Well, also
married.
in a smaller town, you
Right.
know people.
And
You're going to grow up with people,
Yeah.
so you know them for more than their looks.
Sure.
Well, a lot of the times I feel like it's like they meet in high school and they don't go too far out.
Yeah,
Their
most of 'em-
comfort zone or
Yeah, most are willing to do the long haul to see if it really works, versus like, yeah, I'm going to have 7 dates in a week, in each with a different person.
is that what you
meals.
guys do out here
No.
No.
That's what we've.
on these streets?
I would love to see a dude that can get 7 dates a week in Los Angeles. You would
get
have to be an absolute smoke show model. Just,
You get me a Bugatti, I'll do a photo shoot. I'll get 7 dates in a week. That's
no
a
problem.
little different. Paying $2.2 million for a Bugatti. You can buy a
Well,
house.
But yeah, okay, so you have to lie about how much money you have to get that much.
It's my friend's Bugatti.
just take some photos at Four Seasons. There's always like really nice
Yeah.
cars lined up there.
Or I'll do it outside the Orange Theory parking lot. I'll just do a photo
Yeah.
shoot with all the Bentleys that are there.
Right.
So you're saying in order to maximize your dating profile, you should go to a very wealthy spot and pretend like you are of the wealth. That's what you're saying.
I love you said profile. If you're already at that spot, go talk to the wealthy people.
No, I that's what I'm saying. You don't even need to make.
Depends what you want.
Yeah,
I'm
but it
just
doesn't hurt
being
to
silly.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to
grab some nice crystal glass and drink. I don't think drink.
I'm saying if you go to the
Dom Perignon,
a caricature of a rich person. Put in a monocle.
Honestly, if you had a monocle and just pretended to be super rich in like a funny way, you would probably get a lot of matches.
If I think if you go to that Four Seasons in Westlake, I'm sure you could find a cougar or somebody to hook up with for sure, 100%.
Oh, there.
Well, yeah, but that's Mitchell and I have more riz than most. Someone like you, though, how are you going to get laid?
Oh, it wouldn't. That would be no problem for me.
I think it would be a problem.
No, you want to go,
Sean? I've already bested you in this competition.
I was already seeing
round
somebody.
2.
Do you
I
remember
need to film this and go there.
Round 2.
We went on a cruise to Alaska, and Sean.
Oh my God! This does not really.
I was
count.
already
100%.
seeing somebody.
No, you weren't. No,
This doesn't.
Yes,
count.
I was.
He was.
Then why'd you make the bet?
Because it was. You've never done this. I didn't think you actually do it.
the Alaska-
What's the bet?
You tricked some poor Indonesian girl.
I didn't trick her.
Yes, you did.
I used the shittiest, corniest line ever.
Let's
You
hear
were
it.
just tricking her.
It's not tricking.
Vomit.
No.
It's vomit inducing. Go
Hold
ahead.
on.
Tell her the line.
So
Yeah, tell me the
there's
line.
obviously smooth lines, and then there's lines that are, you say them to yourself now, and you go, ugh, this is one of those lines. So the bet was that because we had high hopes going on this cruise ship. We had always thought of like a booze cruise where it's like you go down there, it's a bunch of girls, bikinis, Mexico, drinking, whatever,
We were going to
partying.
Alaska.
We went on a cruise to Alaska where the clientele is a lot different. It's a lot of 75-year-old wheelchair-bound scooters and whatever else.
Going to see the great, the great glaciers for
Before
the last
they
time. Yeah,
before
for
they
the-
go out and die. That's literally what it is.
Mitch is type.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Sean and I were like, "Oh, dude, we're gonna have a competition to see who can get laid the most." Which, of course, I think we were just out of college. We were very, very optimistic.
and naive, apparently.
And so Sean and I had the competition. We had a bet, which apparently Sean
Just-
out of nowhere goes,
Just get to the line. They don't
I'm
need the
Sounds
whole
like
backstory.
American Pie.
"Yeah,
It kind of is, yeah.
So we go through like the week, and nothing's happened. This is a week 8-day clue.
There was like maybe 3 girls our age on the entire ship.
nothing. So on the final day, Sean's like, there's no way you make something happen. And I'm like, bet. So there's this cute Indonesian girl that was kind of hanging around. So I chat her up, and then I was like, oh, let's go out to the deck. We'll look at the ocean or whatever.
There was a transaction. I saw money exchange.
So we go out to the side of the boat, and we were looking at the moon and the stars and whatever horse shit. And she was like, when I go back home, I got to worry about a job and blah blah blah. I'm like, just relax. Like, you just need to take life moment by moment, experience by experience, like this. And then I went,
At least you didn't push her off the boat.
no. And then of course
That was later.
She jumped off on her own.
yeah, and of course, that was, things happened afterwards, and it was just a romantic in the moment line that was good.
I kind of fell for it listening to it. I was like, yeah, you have to take things moment by moment. I'm
Just
so
experience
gullible.
by
I was like, yeah.
Well,
that's
you're
true.
just seeing the Alaska, the beautiful Alaska
Yeah, it's gorgeous out
wilderness.
there. Yeah.
Well, if you're on a cruise, you had to go look at the water, and there was the moon was out, and the
Fjords.
stars, and, yeah.
Just play
Hey,
shuffleboard.
we all die at the end. Enjoy life and have fun, right?
I agree.
So
But-
I got hate for that. That was a great line.
It's cringy, but
It was
It
very
worked.
cringy.
Whatever works.
yeah,
It's like reading
It
off.
sounds like Jeff Bezos, like vibes, like whatever works.
pretty much.
I mean,
Whatever
you said, oh wow, I almost, like it's a cute.
and you should use that with a French girl.
Should I send her a voice?
Yeah.
Hit her back up and send her American flag emojis.
Should I send her a gif of us on the floor as lava in our American tag team does?
That is one of my favorite things to do. We have somebody made GIFs of us from the show, and I love to send my own GIFs. It's
Oh, yeah.
one of my
You
favorite
have
things.
to.
Yeah,
Power
of course.
move.
It's absolutely power. I mean, granted, it was the corniest show ever, but you have
That's
to
what
do
makes
it.
it better.
So did anything happen so you were dating someone when you guys were on the cruise? So
Yeah, that was.
I think
so
really.
you won the bet.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He never
exactly.
paid up. Of course, he doesn't pay up because he goes, "Oh, I wasn't in it." Then
What
why'd
I owe
make
you?
The bet. It was $1,000
No, that's
Really?
because you didn't.
That's
You thought
not
there was
true.
no way I'd get laid.
That's not true at all.
And Mitchell and I,
That's not true at all.
I didn't bet. I was actually seeing
probably
it.
$100.
I was seeing a lady at the time.
Yeah. Have you guys all like dated the same person ever?
No.
We haven't dated the same person ever. We have, and we really only had one time, I think, where all three of us have had girlfriends. So usually we'll go through like one has one, or two of us have one doesn't. It's very rare that all three of us do.
There is an interest overlap sometimes where we're both like we both think a girl's cute, but then it's like, okay, best man wins, and then nobody ends up being with the girl because it's just a sabotage.
So usually what happens, if all three of us have a girlfriend at the same time, a relationship will end very soon.
Yes.
So like we all went out to dinner one night, and
Maggiano's.
we got dinner, and when the check comes, I think me and Mitch paid for our own with the girl, and then Sean splits his with his girl.
Because she'd agree. She said before.
he didn't cover it?
He didn't cover the
She
girls.
said beforehand she wanted to split it. I'm like, okay. Which I should have known better. And they gave me.
Of course, I'm like, oh, Sean, you're not paying for your girl, huh? That's so weird.
And they laughed it off. And then it was like 2 months later, she was like, hey, like I'm just stopping by. Like, you want to come eat with me? And like I had already ate, but I was like, yeah, I'll go to. She wanted to go to Chipotle. I'm like, sure, I'll just watch.
Why? Ew.
I'll just hang out. I hate Chipotle. I'm the same way.
Why did she want
You're on the wrong. You're on the right side of the table then, because this is
That's
a Chipotle.
a deal breaker,
This is
though.
a
Thank
Chipotle.
you.
That's
this
a red
is
flag.
disgusting.
Who
Absolutely.
thinks to go there?
You think liking Chipotle is a red flag?
Yes. 100%.
What is wrong with you?
100%.
Chipotle is amazing.
It's
No.
mediocre, shitty salsa, low quality
Salsa-
food that has multiple E. coli breakouts.
Yeah, you're mentioning all of our favorite things about.
You're about to get in a fight, is what it sounds
Oh,
like.
no,
I will
watch
fight.
out.
I will fight for Chipotle.
Oh, the Sofrito boy's gonna beat me up.
We are E.
It's all
coli.
American beef right here.
Yeah.
We are E. coli resistant, unlike
Thank
your
you.
dog,
Yeah,
fair enough.
because we
Maybe-
eat
Who
Chipotle.
had Chipotle and got
Maybe
Yeah.
you would have a stronger immune system if you did eat Chipotle.
I
You
don't
just-
get
you
sick
said,
at all.
You just said Chipotle like my mom. You said Chipotle. You just said it like my mom.
Anyway,
My mom says that too. They
Yeah.
call it Chipotle.
you've been around Tom too
Your
much.
mom's
I
an idiot,
whitewashed
Jeff.
it.
Anyway,
Stupid.
anyway, so I went there. I was just going with her while she was eating.
Didn't pay for.
I went through the line and then whatever, like I get a water cup and I go sit down, and she like goes and gets her food, sits down at the table, and she's like, you know, your brothers are right. You don't pay for anything. And I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? I'm not even eating. I'm supposed to pay for you when I'm not eating at a place I hate? And then it didn't last too much longer after that. Yeah.
You fought her there.
I got
Chipotle.
fucking pissed. And then, of course, she didn't remember the time I paid for fucking Mastro's, but God forbid I don't pay for Chipotle.
You took her to Mastro's?
Yeah.
And then this was early on. He paid. I
Whoa.
think you paid for the entire table. He's with another couple.
Oh my god.
No, it was just us two.
Okay, it was a real sucker move.
And yeah, I didn't pay for Chipotle that she was eating and I wasn't.
Did you bring up, hey, I paid for Mastro's?
I was so flustered that I was so upset because she remembered something they said that they were joking about 2 months
I
ago,
wasn't
but
joking. No, I was
she
serious.
had it stored. And I had paid for plenty of things, but it set me
We've
off.
had this debate for a while. Where
Right.
I will usually always pay for the first couple dates for sure, and then when we're officially dating, I pay for most of it. That's just because as a guy, I'm a provider. Okay, I'm not some slouch.
No.
These guys, however, are more modern era, trying to
No.
skimp out of responsibility. They don't want to do it.
If
I
you're
paid for plenty of things for her.
in Los
I didn't-
Angeles, if you're paying for the first 5 dates, you're a sucker.
I do first 3.
Doesn't
I make
matter.
a-
Tom would agree with you because on our first date, we went bowling in Studio City and we
Well, that's also
went
like
Dutch.
$1,000. I mean, the studio,
Yeah.
bowling in Studio City is like $100.
Pins?
Yeah, but
Pins.
there's just
Pins is like insane.
girls have so many options out here where it's like, hey, I have no problem paying for the date if I'm the only one you're seeing.
Okay, that's
but
fair.
just numbers wise, that's not happening. So
it's
if you're
like-
like, I'm
I
not
think
going to
if
pay.
you're transparent about that, then I
True.
think more women would understand that.
So am I
Yeah.
supposed to be like, hey,
Give me a body count.
I know.
What are you, what are you
Hey, I
doing
know-
right now?
I know this is our first date, but are you fucking somebody else right now? Because otherwise, I'm not. Like,
How many
I can't
people
say
are you
that.
fucking?
Yeah, you can't say that.
You're not fucking anybody. I'll totally buy your burger.
But every
yeah,
girl's
I get it.
You know, every girl's got like a little side action going on. They can get wiener if they want wiener. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, by the way, that espresso martini you ordered, are you taking another cock right now?
I
Because
didn't say that.
otherwise that's on you. Okay, you put that on your Discover card. Okay.
Well, no,
Like-
I didn't say that. I didn't say fucking. I just said if you're going on multiple dates, like,
But you meant seeing other guys. If they,
of course, but not necessarily even fucking.
I'll
But
I'll pay for the first round, but that's it.
I don't
I
mind. It
will-
depends on what it is. It usually depends on what it is.
Usually, I'll go to Froyo because I don't drink, and I'll pay depending on how many toppings they get. If it's too many toppings, I'm not paying.
Wait. What's the
they-
threshold of toppings?
Yeah,
Well,
do
if
they
it goes
weigh it
over,
there? Is that what
yeah,
they
they
do?
weigh it. So if
Okay.
it goes over, my limit is 5.5 ounces. So if it goes over 5.5 ounces, you've had too many snow caps. Either take some off or get out of town.
They do it by weight, and so does Alex.
Now your turn. Get on the scale.
Get on the froyo scale.
But that I think is also the problem with like a lot of the modern dating thing, where it's like now it's okay to be, it's like acceptable to go halvesies with a chick, even though a lot of chicks will be like, oh, if a guy splits it, they won't do it. Like there's still a lot of girls that be like, oh, if he doesn't pay for the first bill, then like I don't want to see him again.
Yeah.
They want to be modern women and having a traditional approach, but they're not traditional. That was very fresh.
Thank you, Sean Tate.
Yeah, exactly.
I was asking for Steph's opinion on that.
Sorry.
I don't know. I think that I don't know. I think you should pay for the first date.
Thank you.
I think-
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, you've been burned a couple times.
What if they
That's
have,
just, but that's just the hazard.
But I
of
don't
the
think the
job.
first date should be like Mastro's though.
No,
you know what I mean?
absolutely
It should be Chipotle.
Yeah.
That is a good.
That's a
that
red,
is a good
that's a
vibe
red
check.
flag. That's a red flag.
Why
If
is
they
that a red
want-
flag?
If they want Chipotle on the first date,
Because it's
I'm
like
out.
low standards.
Yes.
It's like they're going to put that in their mouth. What else are they doing?
That's the girl I want.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
That's a
this
girl
is
I
the
want.
rules, Yeah.
No,
if she's willing to shove a fucking burrito down her mouth, I want to be with that broad.
She has a bad palate.
What? No.
Yes, yes.
Listen, I think Chipotle is probably the perfect first date because A, it shows that they have good taste. B, it shows that
Economical.
economical. It's casual enough, and they're willing to eat some stuff that might make them shit their brains out. So it's a good barometer of like
What you're getting.
what I will vibe with, because I'm not going to Ruth Chris every weekend. I'm not a
Right.
fancy guy. So
Right.
we
Yeah,
know.
if it's really serious, you'll take her to In-N-Out.
Yeah, that is a
hopefully what we do?
Yeah.
Sex joke.
sure. Yeah, that's we expecting nothing less from you.
Yeah. Steph, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. If you want to plug anything, obviously feel free to plug it. The camera's right there.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Follow me, Steph Clark Comedy, StephClarkComedy.com for my tour dates.
And Funny Girl
And Funny
events.
Girl events for comedy shows all over Southern California.
Great shows.
Do you,
Awesome
spell,
shows.
do you spell it GRL or do you spell it with the I?
Yeah, normal way.
Okay,
G-
sorry. I thought on your Instagram it was without the I.
You thought it was Funny Girl event? Like what kind of
No,
stupid
I
ass-
just
Funny
I,
Girl events with the
Just
I.
the
My bad.
traditional way of spelling girl.
That
Thank you
just-
for confusing our audience. Sean.
Sorry. Funny Girl events.
It made me so angry.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. I am going to. I think I'm going to put a. I didn't tell you guys this. I think I'm going to put a. I'm going to get a phone number and have people, if they want to call in or leave voicemails or stuff.
Sure.
Do it. If you guys want, we love hearing from you. Please reach out to us. Tell us about your life, anything that's going on. We love interesting stories.
It's just gonna be Jeff.
Do you want to put your
calling.
personal phone number? Because Alex's
No.
personal phone number is 805.
It's gonna be Jeff calling saying
796.
these guys are fucking
tell them.
so dumb.
I'm not cutting this out, so don't say anything. Or I'll just plug yours.
I wish we knew Chipotle's number.
I know, right?
Yes,
wanna get
please
business.
reach out on Instagram, whatever. But I think I'm going to get a number for the podcast, a Google number or something. But in the meantime, feel free to reach out on any of the social medias. Tell us how life is going, anything else. Love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Jeff Zenizek, plug it. Well, it's just Jeff Zenizek on everything. Thank you so much. Later.